guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's time to do another Nordstrom Trunk Club unboxing. And so for this one, I've been telling my stylist, like, for whatever reason, I've just been totally drawn to fashion from the 70s. So that means like earth tones and almost like a very throwback to the boho vibe. So the first thing she grabbed for me was this crossbody bag here. Now I love so much about this, like the color I love, the shape of this I love the fact that you can actually adjust the straps, which is so nice because then you can just make it like the perfect length. My only problem with this is like I never carry bags this big, like literally I carry like my wallet, my phone, and my lipstick and my purse, and that is it. So unfortunately, I've learned in the past that like these bigger bags, it's just like, why am I carrying a bag that is this big? And then the other thing that I'm not a huge fan of is the fact that they don't have those little brass nubs on the bottom. So that way, those are nice because when you do put your bag down on like the ground or somewhere else, it doesn't get all mucked up. But otherwise, beautiful color and love the style of this. It was like perfect again for that 70s vibe I've been going for. Okay, so this next dress, she actually warned me like this is gonna be very low cut, and she was not lying. Whoa. So this here is a beautiful maxi dress. Like I actually saw this in the preview and was like, okay, interesting. Now to me, for whatever reason online, it just looked like a very light beige, almost bordering on white. So I wasn't expecting almost like the purple detailing in this that extends across the embroidered bodice and then down the length of the tiered skirt, which is lined. It has so much volume, it has so much kick to it, it's beautiful. But again, like this is not just low cut. Like I felt like I was pushing the boundaries of decency, just even trying it on. So in the back, the other issue is there's no room in here to wear a bra, which we've talked about before. I have to be wearing a bra. Like I cannot go braless, especially in the summertime. And so because it is cut so low in the back there and it has that tie, there's no way you're wearing a bra with this. So it was fun to try, but unfortunately this just ultimately is not gonna make it into my collection. Another really great dress that she scored for me was this darling embroidered dress here. Now, I've talked before about the fact that I'm interested in adding more like empire waist dresses to my collection, of which I have zero. So totally appreciated that about this style here. Love the intricate embroidery on this. It's so colorful and fun. Again, totally epitomizes that 70s boho vibe that I was going for. Not a huge fan of the tassels, but I think those could be pretty easily removed if I wanted to keep this. And it is like a mini length, which I think actually is fun because normally I'm drawn to a midi. Nothing spectacular going on in the back. The show-stopping moments really are in the front with that embroidery. But honestly, like this is a small, and it just felt like it was so overwhelmingly big on me that my concern was that if I went down to an extra small, it'd probably be a little too tight in the bodice while being like a little too loose everywhere else. So I don't know, out of everything, I think this was my favorite, but I'm not sure I'm in love with it enough to want to keep it. Okay, so in addition to telling my stylist that I'm in the process of getting rid of all those synthetics out of my closet and really just have a preference these days for 100% cotton or linen products or cotton linen blend, I did tell her that I'm interested in trying some silk products. So she grabbed this gorgeous silk skirt. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is absolutely stunning. Love the color. It's like this beautiful melted toffee tone that is just absolutely gorgeous. It does have a little button here at the side, which is covered in silk, which I think is a nice touch. And it is kind of like a midi length. What I think is interesting about the skirt, let me see here. How can I take it off the hanger? What I think is interesting about the skirt is the fact that it is like a true wrap in the sense that when you unbutton her, there's another button there, which you basically unbutton to get yourself into. So I just think it's like a really interesting design. Now, what I will say about this, while it was fun to try, is that this falls into the category of like fantasy wardrobe item. You know those things where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that because I think I might wear it. Like, I'm done doing that just because I've made that mistake in the past. Now I just want to buy things that I know I'm gonna wear, and unfortunately I just have no place to wear a pretty silk skirt right now, so I'm probably going to pass on this beautiful number. Okay, so another thing that I do not have in my collection are any graphic t-shirts at all. So I was kind of excited to get this, especially because it is a cropped length. I guess this is what you call baby doll tee. Super fun, you know, I think that it is just like a very cool, casual, like throwback piece of clothing that is reminiscent of those vintage vibes. And while initially I was like, this is gonna be like way too small, it actually fit like a dream. And what I loved most about it was wearing it with a pair of super high-rise vintage jeans that are actually from the 70s. So it was like perfect to get that moment that I was looking to create. And I believe too that this is actually organic cotton, which is nice. All right, so one of the labels I've been interested in learning more about has been Reformation, and so my stylist grabbed this little sweater set here. Now this is absolutely darling, but I kind of knew like this was going to be way too cropped just to be like a functional piece of clothing in my collection. However, I did enjoy styling it with a pair of like really high-rise shorts because I thought it was a cute look. It does have the cropped cardigan that goes over this cropped little tanker topper here, and this sucker is very cropped. Like, it was like, whoa. It's actually super fun, and I think for the right person, it would be a really great addition to anybody's collection. This sweater set is organic cotton, which is fabulous, and I love the brown tone. Now, the one thing I will say on the tank top, there are no adjustments that you can make on the straps, so unfortunately, if these suckers stretch out, you're gonna get that annoying thing where like the straps keep falling off your shoulder, which would be unfortunate. But in any event, this isn't something I think I would get a lot of wear of, but again, it was like super fun to try on. All right, so we're getting out of like clothes territory and into accessories, and one of the things my stylist included was this cute little bandana here. There's nothing remarkable about it. I just loved, again, that neutral color story because it is so reminiscent of those 70s vibes. This is super sweet with the ditzy floral, and actually you went through a phase where I loved wearing bandanas on my head. I haven't done it for a while, but this I feel like could be the catalyst to get me back into that. Now, the one thing I will say is it does have the fringe on the end, which like ultimately just unravels. So I think that to me in and of itself is enough for me to want to pass on this, which is unfortunate because if it weren't for the fringe, I think I definitely would have jumped on this because it's just like a super sweet accessory to have in your collection to add a little bit of zing to your look. Okay, and the one accessory I did specifically ask for was a wide-brimmed straw hat. You guys know I'm all about my hats, and I want to add a wide-brimmed straw hat to my collection, so my stylist grabbed this one for me, which is absolutely beautiful. It's exactly the size I was looking for. My only concern is that it is a little stiffer in the brim. Like, it kind of gives me a little bit of an Amish vibe sometimes when I'm wearing it. Like, I want the brim to be a little floppier just so it's more relaxed, to kind of give you like Kentucky Derby vibes. But in any event, I was super excited to try this on because this gave me a good feel for like the size of the brim I want, just to make sure that it is something that would be flattering for me, and I really liked it. Okay, so coming at you low for these final two items. The first thing was, speaking of hats, she also grabbed this beret. Now I have to say, like, I have never worn a beret in my life. In fact, I was like, am I even putting this on correctly? I'm not like interested in adding this to my collection, especially for the price point, because I just wouldn't wear it enough to justify it. Plus, I don't like the metal detailing in the hat. I just think that kind of takes away from the beautiful knit. But I like honestly was like, do I need to look online to see like how you even wear a beret? Like, to all my beret girls out there, is this what we're doing? I mean, it's like fun to try on, but it's just not something I can see myself like throwing on my head on a daily basis, because I can tend to just like my tassel hats in the wintertime. But again, it was something new and different, so it was fun to try. Okay, and finally, I got my pair of lace booties. You guys know in the last trunk club, I had asked for lace booties and they sent me 2 booties, neither of which were lace. So I had actually told my stylist about a pair from Timberland that I thought were cute. She didn't have those, but she did send me this pair here. And I have to say, like, love the color of these. The brown tone is just absolutely perfect. It does have that zip on the side and the interior of the foot, which is nice. I don't like when the zipper's on the outside just because I think it mucks up the boot. Love the laces. Now this does have a significant amount of tread, which I actually really appreciate because I typically am slip sliding my way through a winter day, and this does have a massively chunky heel. The only thing I'll say about these is it's weird. They kind of look cheap in person. Like the heel almost looks and feels like it's straight up plastic. I'm sure that it's rubber, but it just, I don't know. Like when I saw the previews of these, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for. But then again, in person, it was like, they just kind of look kind of lower end. So I think I'm going to pass on these. Okay guys, so that is it for my 3rd Nordstrom Trunk Club unboxing. Overall, I think my stylist did a really good job with this box because she sent exactly what I was looking for. And again, it was like that throwback 70s boho vibe. So if you guys are interested in trying your own trunk, I do have a referral code down below. It'll knock a generous $50 off your first trunk. And as a courtesy, the company will also kick me $50 to use on a future trunk of my own. So I'm excited to see what I get for next month. But in any event, thank you guys so much for sharing your time with me today. I hope you're having a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.